morning, everyone. Welcome to day one of the Chill Power Challenge. We're gonna do moon salutations today because it's the super moon. And in practice of yoga, we honor both the sun and salute the sun. And when the full moon comes around, I love to practice moon salutations. So, I hope you have a big glass of water with you as well. And if you're like me, you have dogs around you, and that's all good. So enjoy. We're going to start with our 10-minute practice in an easy seated pose. So go ahead and cross your legs. You can rest your hands down onto your knees, or you can turn your palms to face up. Sit up as tall as you can. Lift and open your heart. And relax your eyes closed for just a second. It's early in the morning. The house should be hopefully a little quiet for you, so you can really concentrate and set a powerful intention for yourself. So relaxing your eyes closed, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, relaxing your shoulders, relax any tension that you might be carrying already this morning. And do that again, deep breath in. And exhale. Choose a word or a phrase that reinforces how you would like to feel today. For me, over the next 10 days, I'm choosing the word gratitude leading up to Thanksgiving, but you can choose any word or phrase that feels good and right for you. So take a second to just contemplate that word and choose your intention. And then from there, we're going to start to circle around a little bit. So you're just going to lead with your heart, make a big circle, and continue to circle around in one direction. And you know, it's early in the morning, so if you just got out of bed like I did, you want to just really move slowly and make sure that you're always honoring and protecting your body. So listen to the messages that your body's sending you. Anytime you need to modify, feel free to do that. Let's go ahead and go the other direction. Take it around in a big circle and back through center. Take it around in a big circle and back through center. This just starts to loosen up your back and your hips. It should feel really good. Let's do it one more time. And back through center. Good. My dog's name is Luna, by the way, so she's perfect to join us here this morning. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to make that circle again. So you're going to circle around in one direction. Feel the weight shift into your hands. And then big circle back. Take your hips as far back to your heels as you can. And then keep circling around. And I typically, when I'm doing my practice first thing in the morning, I always start with a big sweatshirt on and socks and stuff. And then as you get warmer, you can peel layers off. Let's go ahead and reverse that in the other direction. Big circle around. It's just so fun to be here in my house with you early in the morning and share this with you. This is how I love to start my day, because how you start your day really does matter. Hopefully you drink a big glass of water as well. That's my other self-care tip for today. Okay, so you're going to turn to the side, and hopefully your mat is horizontal for today's practice. So we're going to turn it to the side and come into child's pose and start with a little half vinyasa flow. So you'll inhale, shift into your hands. You can modify by keeping your knees bent. Lower down to the mat. Inhale into a baby back bend. And again, depending on how your back's feeling early in the morning, you can do smaller if you need to. Release back onto your belly, push with your hands, and sit back to child's pose. Moving a little faster, inhale to modified plank, lower down. Inhale into your little baby back bend. Exhale back into child's pose. And one more time, inhale, exhale. Inhale to your back bend, exhale into your child's pose. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and step forward with your right foot. And I'm already getting warm, so I'm going to go ahead and take my sweatshirt off. But in your low lunge here, and if you're not on a carpeted surface like I am, you might want to pad underneath your back knee. But because it's early, we're going to move a little bit in and out of the pose, so make it a little bit dynamic. So you'll inhale, shift forward, exhale, pull back. Inhale, shift forward. As you exhale, you'll pull back. Get that good stretch through your hamstring. Just gentle. One more time. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, pull back. And then shifting forward, you'll curl your back toes under and then walk towards the front edge of your mat. Your hands will come onto your thighs, so you're in like a squat position. And then we're going to tuck the tailbone under and extend the tailbone out behind you. Press your knees open wide so you get a little groin inner thigh stretch. Stretch your low back, rounding your spine. Inhale, open and extend your spine. One more time, exhale, flex and round your spine. Inhale, open and extend, and we're gonna walk around and get that runner's lunge on the other side. So you release your back knee down to the mat. You'll inhale here. Exhale, pull back, and extend your leg as straight as it will comfortably go, so you don't have to straighten it the whole way. You can certainly keep a bend in your knee. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, pulling back. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, forward, lift and open your heart. Exhale, pulling back. One more time, inhale, forward. Exhale, pulling back. Okay, we're gonna shift forward, curl your back toes, straighten your back leg, and then go ahead and walk around towards me. So we've been moving for a couple minutes now. We can move a little bit faster. So exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, open and extend. 10 minutes goes fast, right? Exhale, round, inhale, open, and then walk around. And we're gonna do the exact same thing, but we're gonna pick up the pace and keep the back leg straight this time. So as you pull back, the back knee is straight instead of on the mat. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back, nose to knee. One more time, inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back, nose to knee. Now this time we're gonna step into a stretch called pyramid stretch, which is an awesome hamstring stretch. You're gonna take a half step forward with your back foot, line up your heels, and bring your hands on either side of your front foot. Now if your hamstrings are really tight, you can certainly bring your hand to your shin. And I want you to go ahead and take a hold of your right hip with your right hand and pull your right hip back a little bit, and that's going to intensify the stretch. So get that nice deep stretch in your hamstring. Take one more breath. And then release the right hand back down. Take a big step back with your left foot so you're back in your lunge, and walk around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So here you are in your high lunge. We're keeping your back leg straight. You're going to inhale here, and then exhale, pull back so you get that good stretch to your hamstring. Inhale, and you don't have to straighten your leg all the way. I know it's early. Exhale, pull back, nose to knee. One more time, inhale, lift and open your heart. Exhale, pulling back, and then we're stretching it, stepping into that pyramid stretch. So you want to take a half step forward. And again, your hands can certainly be on your shin if they don't quite touch the mat. Otherwise, on the mat on either side of your left foot is great. Take a hold of your left hip with your left hand. Pull your left hip back, and that's gonna create a little bit more space in that hamstring. Take one more breath. This is such an awesome hamstring stretch, pyramid stretch. It's preparing us for balancing half moon. Left hand's gonna step all the way down on either side of your left foot. Take a big lunge back with your right foot. And then this time we're gonna come into a side stretch. So you're gonna bend your right knee, and this is such a great inner thigh groin stretch. Now for a lot of you, you're gonna wanna stay right here. And for others, you might wanna work on balance. Now, if you're on a carpeted floor like I am, balance is a little affected, but do what you can. You can certainly keep your hands down, all right? Take a nice deep breath. We're working up to balancing half moon next. So you're gonna walk around to your right foot, hands on either side of your right foot. You're back in this lunge position. Getting a little warmer. You're gonna step into that pyramid stretch one more time on this side. And then really pull back with that right hip so you feel more space, more lift. And for a lot of you, you might just wanna stay right here. But for others, if you're feeling a little adventurous, we're gonna do balancing half moon to salute that big full supermoon. You're gonna go ahead and bend your right knee and walk your hands forward and lift your left foot up. Grab a hold of your left hip with your left hand and pull your left hip up to the ceiling. Now you can, I forgot to mention to you, if you have something like a block and you're struggling a little bit to reach the floor, you can certainly put that underneath you. But bending this right knee is totally fine too, okay? You'll work at straightening your leg as you get stronger in this pose. Take a deep breath in, really reach out with your top hand, reach out with your left heel, and then bring your left hand down, square your hips to the mat, and take a big lunge back. Lift and open your heart. Okay, we've got to do that on the other side. We're running out of time. So go ahead and walk to the other side. Come into your lunge position first. Lift and open your heart. You're going to hear me say that a lot over the next 10 days. We're coming into pyramid stretch next. So you're going to take a half step forward with your right foot. Pull back with your left hip. Fold out over your front leg. And then we're going to come into balancing half moon. So you can certainly stay just where you are if you like. Otherwise, just walk forward with your hands. Lift up your right foot. Your left hand needs to be right under your left shoulder. You can grab a hold of your right hip with your right hand. Again, if you're on a carpeted surface, it does make it harder on you. And then if you can, reach your top hand up to the ceiling. Flex your right foot. Breathe, reach in 4 directions. Take one more breath. And then bring that top hand down and take a big lunge back over that foot. We gotta get the side lunge on this side. So you're gonna pivot to the side and lift and open your chest. This foot is flexed out to the side. Again, feel free to stay right here with fingertips to the floor. Otherwise, you can certainly bring your hands up to heart center. Great inner thigh groin stretch. Take a deep breath in and hands down. Now walk all the way back to center. Turn your toes slightly in, heels slightly out. We're just gonna do one straddle stretch, hands under your shoulders. Relax your head completely, shake your head out, let it go. And then press your palms, lift your chest up. Just walk around to your right foot, release your left knee down, and come to child's pose, hips back onto heels. Take a deep breath in your child's pose. And then go ahead and come all the way up. So have a seat. So that was our 10-minute practice. So that went really fast for me. I don't know about for you. So what I'm thinking is a lot of you I know have to get to work. So we're gonna ground and center ourselves with a little breath practice and set our intention. And then for those of you who can stick around for another 5 or so minutes, we'll do a third round, okay? So relax your hands down onto your knees. Sit up tall, relax your eyes closed. Just feel the warmth, the blood flow, what we call in yoga prana. Feel the life force energy flowing through your body that you created over the last 10 minutes. And then just bring your attention to your surroundings and your breath. Think of the light of the moon shining down, that powerful sense of nature. And take a moment to reset the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Again, for me, my intention over the next 10 days is gratitude, being grateful for the small things, and focusing my energy on what's right, not on what's wrong. But you choose an intention for you. Take 3 more breaths here, focusing on that intention, lifting your heart up as high as you can. Long, slow exhale. Do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. And 1 more time. 3 breaths make a huge difference. Deep breath in. Long, slow exhale. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Thank you so much. So for those of you who have to move on with your day, thank you for joining me this morning for our little 10-minute Chill Power Challenge practice. But for those of you who can stick around for a couple more minutes, we're gonna do a 3rd round of the whole series. And that way you'll get a little bit more of the flow. So if you can stick around, please feel free. Otherwise, let's take a deep breath in together. Palms out over your head. Exhale, hands to the heart center, namaste. And if you're sticking around, go ahead and make your way back to child's pose. And Luna is sleeping. That's a rare for her at this point in the morning. All right, sitting back into child's pose. We're gonna pick up the pace just a little bit more since we're already warm. You're gonna inhale, shift into your plank pose, right into the top of a push-up. Instead of modifying, you're gonna have straight legs, really engage your core. And then do 1 vinyasa, so either all the way to the mat or chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra, depending on what feels good on your back. So again, just make sure you're still honoring yourself. And then downward facing dog, curling your toes and pushing back. Your right leg's gonna lift up to the ceiling this time, really pressing evenly through both palms. And then stepping your right foot up, place it between your hands. All right? So from here, we're gonna come back into that pyramid stretch. So step your left foot a half step forward, folding out over your right leg. So since your hamstrings are feeling a little bit warmer, they hopefully are also feeling a little bit more open, you can start to straighten that right leg just a little bit more, but make sure you're relaxing your head completely. We're moving into balancing half moon next. So you're going to bend your right knee, take a walk forward with your hands so that your left foot floats up, and then you can lift your left hand up from the floor and stretch it to the ceiling. So I should have mentioned earlier, if you do lose your balance, that is part of challenging yourself, right? So don't stress about that. It just means that you're doing something a little bit out of your comfort zone, and that's important. Take another breath and really reach from your fingertips through your left heel, and then bring your fingertips down and take a big lunge back with your left foot. So we're going to come into that side lunge next. So you're going to pivot to the side, and you'll be on the ball of the right foot, and the left heel will lift. Again, fingertips can stay on the floor, or you can lift your hands up to your heart center and work a little bit of balance. If your hands are at heart center, make sure your chest is up and your shoulders are down. Take a deep breath in, and then hands come down, and we're going to walk to the other side. So you're going to pivot so that the right heel is up and the left knee is out over the left ankle. Lift and open your heart, pull your shoulders back, and we're going to step into plank. So right into the top of your push-up, hands on your shoulders, squeeze your belly in and up, squeeze your thighs, and then either halfway or all the way to the mat. Cobra or upward facing dog, lift and open your heart either way. And then downward facing dog. Press to your palms, drop your heels. Left leg to the ceiling, inhale, press evenly through both palms, and then step your left foot up and in between your hands. Moving into pyramid stretch, last time. Half step forward with your right foot. Pull your hips back, pull your chest slightly forward, and then relax your head and your neck. Get that nice deep breath in your left hamstring. Here comes Stella. Good stretch, Stella. And then moving into balancing half moon, you'll bend your left knee, float your right foot up, and then lift your right hand up from the floor, flex your right foot, reach in 4 directions, so lots of energy reaching out like you're reaching to the moon. Take one more breath, and then right hand comes back down. You're going to take a big step back with your right foot, and then we're going to pivot to the side for our side lunge last time. I love this stretch because it's such a great groin and our thigh stretch, and that's a tough area to hit for a lot of people. Lifting up your hands to heart center if you want to, otherwise just keeping them on the floor. Take one more breath, and then hands down onto the floor. Let's come back to center for our straddle stretch. Turn the toes slightly in and the heels slightly out. And then relax your head down. You can walk your hands back so that they're in line with your feet. Or if you want an extra chest opener, let's interlace the fingers behind the tailbone, squeeze the palms together, and let the head drop to the floor so that your hands are reaching up and over your head. Let your head go completely, shake it out. And then hands down on the floor. Press your hands up. You may need to walk your feet in a little bit further or a little closer. Hands to your hips. Lead with your heart. Come all the way up to standing. Toe heel your feet in, or you can hop them in. Take a deep breath in, sun breath. Exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and have a seat one more time. So we're gonna finish off the way we started with those circles around the moon. So hands on your knees, circle. You can close your eyes for this. And more, I'm just gonna encourage you to sit on the floor. So I know it's football season, and a lot of times we're sitting on the couch for 4, sometimes 8 hours at a time, which is crazy, right? Instead of sitting on a couch, if you sit on a floor and just do these easy things like these circles, let's go the other direction, it helps to keep your hips open, it works on your posture. It's just such a great, easy thing to do, okay? So keep that in mind over these next 10 days as we practice together. One more time, circle. And come to center, sit up really tall, bring your hands to your heart center, lift your heart up to meet your hands. Good job, you guys. Take a deep breath in. You can look up, watch your palms touch. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Now my other self-care tip for you today is to drink a big glass of water before your coffee or your tea. And I always use essential oils with my yoga practice. I actually doused myself a little bit right before we started with a balance blend this morning, which is very grounding, gives you some sort of peace and calm, and it smells really earthy and awesome. So if you have access to that, I would highly recommend it as well. Have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm gonna put a little fire in the fireplace and we'll do a fireside stretch. Thanks again. Namaste. Good job, you guys.